POV, you build fake identities for people who need to vanish. Your phone rings at 2:14 a.m. You answer on the second ring. The first ring looks desperate. The third ring looks hesitant. The second ring looks professional. The voice on the other end says only one sentence. I need to disappear before Friday. You don't ask why. Why isn't your job? Your job is making sure nobody ever asks that question again. You've been doing this for 11 years. 53 successful disappearances. Witnesses. Whistleblowers. Intelligence assets. People who learned something they weren't supposed to learn. People who crossed someone powerful. People who simply ran out of places to hide. The man on the phone tonight sounds different. Too calm. Too prepared. The scared ones talk too much. The dangerous ones don't. You open a clean laptop. No internet history. No personal files. No fingerprints of a normal life. You create a folder. Client 54. Clock starts now. A fake identity isn't a fake passport. That's what amateurs think. A real identity is 20 years of boring details. An old library card. A forgotten utility bill. A dentist appointment from 7 years ago. A LinkedIn profile nobody visits. A credit card payment made every month for 3 years. Nobody checks those things. Until they check everything. And when they do, those details keep people alive. You spend the next 12 hours building a person. A birth certificate from a county nobody remembers. A school history. A college transcript. An apartment lease. A tax record. A social media account with exactly the right amount of activity. Not too much. Too much looks fake. Not too little. Too little looks fake too. Reality is messy. Your identities have to be messy. At 9:07 a.m. your secure phone vibrates. One message. 2 words. They are searching. You stare at the screen. Searching means someone already knows your client is running. Searching means the clock just got shorter. You call him immediately. Who did you tell? Silence. Then one name. There's always one name. A wife. A brother. A best friend. A person they trusted. People about to disappear always make the same mistake. They say goodbye. Humans would rather risk death than leave without closure. You tell him to move locations immediately. Leave the phone. Leave the car. Leave everything. The old life is already compromised. By midnight the identity is finished. The documents are real enough to survive scrutiny. The history is deep enough to survive investigation. The name feels ordinary. Ordinary is important. Nobody remembers ordinary people. The next morning you meet him. A hotel room. Neutral walls. Cheap furniture. The kind of room nobody remembers seeing. You place the documents on the table. Passport. Driver's license. Credit cards. Employment history. Medical records. A complete human being. He picks up the passport. Stares at the name. For a long time neither of you speaks. Then he asks the same question almost everyone asks. Will they find me? You think about the 53 people before him. Some thriving. Some struggling. Some probably dead. You give the only honest answer. Not if you stop being who you were. He nods. But you can tell he doesn't fully understand. Nobody does. Not yet. Because disappearing isn't changing your name. It's killing a version of yourself. The hardest part isn't leaving. The hardest part is never going back. He stands. Pockets the passport. Walks toward the door. Halfway there he stops. Do you ever think about doing it yourself? You don't answer. Because the truth is yes. More often lately. A new city. A new name. No secure phones. No midnight calls. No people arriving desperate and leaving erased. Just a normal life. The door closes. Client 54 is gone. You watch from the window as he disappears into a crowd. Within seconds he becomes another face. Another stranger. Exactly as designed. You return home after midnight. The apartment is silent. You make coffee you don't drink. Sit at a table that contains nothing connected to work. Another rule. Rules keep people alive. You open a drawer. Inside sits a passport. Your passport. Your real one. At least you think it's real. You stare at it longer than you should. Because after 11 years of building other people's lives, you're no longer entirely sure where your own begins. At 2:14 a.m., the phone rings again. You let it ring once. Then twice. And you answer. Because somewhere out there, someone else has run out of places to hide.